Thank you Innoviva for partnering with me in today's video. Innoviva is committed to driving innovation in home ice making equipment such as ice makers, slushie machines, and more. What I like about this slushie machine already is that it fits underneath the cabinets. Our other one was much larger. It did hold a higher capacity of liquid, but it just wasn't practical for everyday use. This you can leave out, plugs in, it can leave it on. It's such a small amount that it makes. It's 48 ounces max that you can put in here, so it's a much smaller capacity. I saw these ones with the name brand ones that they had going around like before Christmas, and I'm like, oh, that's so much better. You can put coffee drinks in here, so many different kinds. Another positive about this is that it has a lock thing right here, because once this starts spinning, our other one, you had to be careful. You had to be careful that it was on. There was an instance that it was used for a gathering, and this was not pushed on all the way because it like was just sitting on the ledge and needs to go in more, and it shot out everywhere. I did that to myself when I first got it as well. Didn't realize it needed to be on there, so I like that. Look at, it's got this little lock part right here, and it locks. So unlock, locks. It's not going to go anywhere. It's beautiful. So I'm just going to put, look at that, there's slushie. I'm going to put some drink in here and we'll let it slush up. Okay, it's got a little lip in there. It doesn't pour directly, so it slides down. So I did spill some out of it. Look at, that's it, one container. And what I like, it has a whole lot of settings. Like you can make a slushy one, you can make a milkshake thickness one. If you want to do wine, there's a child lock, start and stop. It has a clean cycle, a cocktail, frappe, which is so great, and you can also adjust your thickness of your frozen drink. And you know it was great. Look at, they include recipe inspirations. This is genius because look what they have. Soda slushie, which we have, our little soda in there. We've done that with our other one before. Using ready-to-make drinks are great to do, but you can also make your own, which is awesome. So it has in here what you can add to it to make it like a tropical slushie. It even has, look at, a coffee. I saw this, I was like, ooh, I need to make this for us. And it's literally coffee half and half and sugar and vanilla. This would be great when you want to have like a gathering, or if you had like a bunch of ladies over, you wanted to make that. It even has matcha. This is going to be a fun thing to work with. Cold cocoa milkshake. Smaller amount, way faster. Quiet over here. Doesn't take up that much. I'm excited. We're going to let this kind of slush into its thing, and then we'll have one. You know, because it's cold today. It'd be a good day to have slushie.
Looks great.
Look at that.
Oh, this is fancy.
Way better, don't you think? Show the camera kids the slushie thing. The slushie machine has been great. Don't worry that it's freezing and cold here in Florida. The kids still don't mind coming down and getting the slushies, and I love that it's a much smaller capacity. It's going to make cleanup a breeze. My other one take it apart. You got to get the hose out. It's just gigantic. This is great. Just pull that little lever, take it off, and rinse it in the sink. It's really great, and it's easy. Even if you have a lot of people, like this is great for smaller, which is awesome compared to my big one, but even like we used up some and then I added more to it, and then it didn't take that long to refreeze the next batch. So that's been awesome. I'm excited to try the coffee one. I'm gonna have to try the coffee one here and make that one. I have like some adults that will drink coffee a lot during the day. So they are gonna give you a $30 coupon towards your purchase if you would like to get one. I'll put it in your Amazon wish list for like something you want to get this year. So, all right, on to today's video. Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. It is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday morning to you. I hope that your morning is starting out well. Mine is starting out. It's freezing. My videos are a week behind. So this is the Arctic blast chill that Florida is experiencing right now. And it is cold. Cold for here, mind you. I know it's much colder like in different areas. We grew up in Michigan. I know at minus 20 degrees with wind chill, with the what do they used to call it, the lake effect snow winds. Oh yeah, it was freezing, but for where we live now in Florida, it's definitely frozen. So we're just, I'm having like a slow start to have my cup of coffee. I've been sleeping on the couch here. Greg was sick this week, and so I did not want to get any sickness. So I have been out here snuggling, and so I brought up I call it my squirrel robe because it was just that cold laying, and I was like, oh my goodness, it's freezing. So needless to say, this morning has been a little bit slower moving. I think parts of the panhandle in Florida has received like record snowfall, like over 5 inches, which is crazy for Florida. And we are more south. We're more like the southern, like more than halfway down, but like past, like down further south from Tampa. So we're down there, but it is definitely colder. I'm thankful right now. I'm looking out. The sun is starting to come out. I know that's going to help hugely. Yesterday, it just rained all day. Like all day, it rained all day. It was just miserable and yucky. Not even like a break to like, okay, let's go take a walk. Not at all. And so today I was thinking, I'm like, is it going to do the same thing today? I'm like, if the sun is out a little bit, at least it'll give it a break to like not be rainy. We can get out and get a walk and bundle up and maybe get a walk in and just to get some fresh air. That's what I'm hopeful for today. We'll see how the day rolls. But it is Wednesday and it is the day that I have designated to baking, which I thought would be a really good thing because I remember back in the day when we had a lot of little kids and we lived in Michigan and it was freezing. On those cold winter days, I loved to get up in the morning and bake some bread. And then we had the heater, but when you had that extra little bit of heat in the morning, it just was so nice. Or I'd make like a big pot of soup and let it simmer on the stove for the day. Those were good things to do. So I thought today, I'm like, I just need to get up and bake some treats for today. So I was kind of going through it. I'm like, well, what could I make that I could bake in the oven for dinner? I planned out my meals already. We're just kind of gathering using what we have. So dinner tonight, we're going to be doing sloppy joes and tater tots, which will be easy, but the oven will be used for the tater tots. And I'll have to make some hamburger buns for the sloppy joe. So I'm like, okay, we'll definitely have to use the oven. That'll be good. And then I made a little list of things I can bake today for our treats. So they really like the Loft House cookies went real quick. Those are gone. The Twix cookies I made, I actually put some on a plate and put them in the freezer because we had a little bit extra of those. And I thought I'll freeze those and pull those out another day. There's still some muffins. They're getting eaten up, but they're almost, was that the same week or was it the week before? I think that might have been the week before, but regardless, they're in there. So I have a little stash that I keep bringing out slowly to get eaten up. So today I'm going to do some more cookies because I found a couple different recipes that I haven't made in a long time. One I've never actually made, and it was a cinnamon roll cookie. And I thought I was going to make cinnamon rolls, and I saw the cookie, and I'm like, ooh, that might be something fun to make. So I'm going to do that today. And then last night I was scrolling through my phone out here, and I saw like a vintage recipe, and it was for the Nieman Marcus chocolate chip cookie recipe. Does anybody remember that? I remember being a new bride and made cookies from scratch for the first time. And there was that recipe for the Nieman Marcus cookies. Remember, there was some myth around how it came to be, and did it even come from Nieman Marcus? I don't know. But the recipe still, it was a good, from what I remember, a chocolate chip cookie. So I thought, why don't I make those? I haven't made those since way back in the day, since I probably lost the recipe and who knows where it went. And then we'll see what else. I've got a little list in the kitchen here. Maybe some puppy chow today. We'll see how the day goes and what I get accomplished. I'm starting late because I sat over here, I read my Bible for a little bit and just kind of chilled. I drank a cup of coffee. I've had a second one here, and I was like, I just didn't feel like getting moving yet. And so I know when I've got sick in the house, for myself to stay well, I want to make sure I get my rest and get everything that I need so that I don't get sick. I don't usually get sick. I have a little bit better immune system. I just don't get sick that much. I do, but not like for the amount of people in this household and the amount that people get sick, of the multiple people. When you have a large family, you understand, like, my body has built a good immunity to not get it as much. So I'm just trying to avoid it. And so I was definitely feeling tired yesterday. I was like, I better get my rest. So I did rest and watched a movie last night, watched Mom's Night Out. Remember that movie, Mom's Night Out? That's a good Christian movie to watch. So I watched that and just laughed and then just kind of relaxed and scrolled. I scrolled and I found the cookie recipe and I thought that'd be something fun. And then got some good sleep, woke up and came back, and the next thing, she is still snoozing under here. She's like hiding way under here. Want to see this? Look at her way under here. Ready? There's her paws. She's snoozing away under there. We're going to keep her warm because it's a little frozen. I want to stay under those covers because it's frozen. So we're going to have a beautiful day today. You ready for a great day? Let's go to the kitchen and we'll start. I'm going to look at my it was in one of my friend Jean's cookbook, and it was for a Mennonite recipe for the cinnamon roll cookies. So I know you can find it online, and I'm going to tweak the recipe a little bit because they use a cream cheese frosting. I don't want to do that because we don't really like the cream cheese, but it's going to be a beautiful, wonderful day. I'm hoping for a walk, get outside, let's get some things baked. It's going to be great. You ready for a wonderful day? All right, coffee, get something warm, get your sweater on, your apron. Let's go in the kitchen. All right, let's go. Okay, I've got out my mixer here, so I'm going to put in there a half a cup of butter into there. And then we're going to add 2/3 cup of sugar, a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and we're going to let that cream together. I'm gonna add in 1 egg. A teaspoon of vanilla. About a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Let that mix. Okay, then I'm gonna add about 2 cups of flour slowly till it incorporates it into a dough. That's made into a nice dough. Now I'm gonna take another 1/4 cup of brown sugar and put it into a bowl here with some cinnamon and mix that up. That's gonna be your filling. You're basically gonna make cinnamon rolls, but they're gonna be small like a cookie and taste just like a cinnamon roll. It's gonna be yummy. I have to assume it's gonna be yummy. So just kind of mix those together with a fork. And then we're gonna roll out our dough and put this on it and we'll roll it back up. Okay, now that you got your dough here, you're gonna take about half of this and I'm gonna put it on a piece of parchment paper. Put another piece of parchment paper on top and then roll it out so it gets nice and flat. And then we'll put our cinnamon mixture on it and then we'll roll it up like a cinnamon roll. And then we're gonna chill it for a little bit. Okay, the first batch I put on there and it was just sticking to the paper. I'm like, that's not good. So I had to start over again. I added more flour to it. You want it more like dough, obviously, because you don't want it to stick to your paper. So I added about another 1/2 cup to that recipe in mine and then sprinkle a little bit on the paper so it doesn't stick when I roll it because you're gonna need to roll it up like a cinnamon roll. Okay, now that you have this, put a little flour down, that'll help. And then you're gonna put this half the cinnamon sugar mixture on it and then roll it up like a cinnamon roll. So I'll probably do better on the next one. This one you're definitely gonna want it not to stick to your paper, but I roll it up real tight and then I will see how it is. They said put it in like a glass. This will work so it doesn't give a flat edge. We'll put it in the refrigerator and see how it goes. I'll probably stick it in the freezer just to speed up the process. I could probably just put it outside because it's cold enough. Okay, skip the top layer of parchment paper, just put the little bit of flour down, roll it out, and if you need more on the top because it's sticking to your rolling pin, stick a little bit more. That works a whole lot easier than doing the double dose of this one. Then you can make it nice and rectangle shape and just kind of know what you're doing. So we'll see. I'm gonna put these in the refrigerator and then one I'll put in the cup. This I'll just lay on the top rack. I'm sticking it over here because it's a little bit chillier in this refrigerator. We'll let it get cold and see how it does. Okay, so the next one, I looked up the recipe. I saw it in a, somebody posted it in like an old forum and I screenshotted it. Well, then I actually went to their website of Nieman Marcus thinking they would have the actual recipe, but theirs was different. I remember making it with blended oatmeal. Did anybody else remember that? They recommended putting 1 cup into your blender at a time as not to ruin your blender. So this recipe I'm gonna follow. It's an old one. I'm making half of it because it's a lot of cookies. We're definitely gonna do half of it. So into my mixer here, I'm gonna add 1 cup of butter, 1 cup of sugar, and 1 cup of brown sugar, and let that mix. Then you're gonna add 2 eggs and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And into my mixing bowl here, I'm gonna add 2 cups of flour, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and mix that together. Now what made these cookies different, I feel, is that they used blended oatmeal. So it said even back then we put them in a blender. Now I don't remember my mom ever having a food processor. I'm sure they weren't around. I'm sure people had them. I'm sure they made them. We just did not have one. So did they put blender because that was a more common thing to have in the kitchen versus food processor? I don't know. So I'm gonna put it in my food processor because you also have to take and grate a chocolate bar, which I'm gonna put in the food processor instead of grating it, just let it grind up. So in here, I'm gonna put in 2.5 cups of oatmeal, and then we're just gonna turn it on, let it do its thing. It grinds it right up. So right there, you get your blended oatmeal. So I'm gonna add this into my flour mixture here. Save this because we gotta do chocolate. Let's stir this together, then we're gonna put it in here and let it mix up and do its thing. I'm remembering these. I'm like, these were like one of my favorite cookies because they were chocolate chip cookies and I was able to make them really well. And I don't make chocolate chip cookies very well. Okay, so for the recipe, it has you putting in 3 cups of chopped pecans. I have whatever I have here. So I did kind of smash them. I'm just gonna put them in here and let them fully get all crushed up. It's what I have left. And then it was, for a regular, it's 3 cups of regular recipe. I'm doing half, so it's about 1.5 cups. It's about a cup, that's fine. And then the candy bar, it was an 8-ounce Hershey bar grated. Now, I have Aldi dark chocolate. So I'm gonna use this one. This one is 5.29 ounce. It's a little bit more than less, but that's than half, but that's okay. I'm gonna put it in here, let it grind up, do it all tiny. I'm assuming is all I need. I just remember being like tiny little pieces, so we'll just put it in and we'll do it. Ground up in pieces. Okay, we're gonna need this, and then we're gonna need, how much? 12 ounces of chocolate chips, which I have right here. We'll measure those out, put them in there, mix them up. It'll be delicious. There's a fly flying around here. I'm like, it's freezing. Why are you even alive in my house right now? But I keep trying to get him. He is just gone. So I'm keeping this near so I can get him. He's flying. He's like mocking me. So put all this in here and let it mix up. I don't recommend eating cookie dough, but that was good. It reminds me of, like, my mom used to make oatmeal scotchies, I think they were, with butterscotch chips and the oatmeal. That was really good. Okay, roll into balls, set on the cookie sheet. Oven is preheating. We'll bake it at 375 for about 6 to 8 minutes. And I wanted to do a sample cookie sheet before I put those in there. Back in the day, I would have not had a cookie scoop. They probably weren't not that popular. I don't remember my mom having one. So it said to roll it into balls. Doesn't matter if you roll into balls or not. We'll see. So we'll do this one in the oven and see what it looks like when it comes out. Into the oven and see how they turn out. Okay, cookies came out of the oven. It didn't matter if they were, it didn't matter if they were the round balls or the just flopping them with the thing. They're a little bit not perfectly round, but they still did the same thing. So this is good. This one's done. My pan's already done. I was filming something, so I'm gonna put these here and get this next batch on here. Get them in the oven. Very delicious, I'm sure. I'm sure they're gonna be so good. Let's try. It tastes like the Nieman Marcus cookies I remember. Yummy, delicious. Let's get the next batch going. So I put a pot of soup to heat up and warm for Greg. I just took a little bit of chicken. It was basically throw what I had in the freezer. So I took some chicken fajita meat in there. I had a little bit of mixed vegetables I threw in there. I threw a puck of garlic. I threw a chunk of onion in there. I put garlic pepper. I put pepper and a little bit of salt. I put chicken bouillon in there. I put red pepper flakes in there so it can be a little spicy. Always good when you're not feeling good. Get that little spice and kick in there. I'm gonna let that come to a boil. I'll kind of smash the chicken because it's kind of big pieces, and then we'll add noodles to it, have chicken noodle soup without having to do a whole lot of anything. Last batch of cookies in here, maybe we'll check on our cinnamon roll ones. The last batch of cookies is good and done. We put these right here. These are great. A little bit, oatmeal cookies always have a little bit more hardiness to them. I always like those that way. So this is done. I should check on my cinnamon rolls. Those are probably ready to cut and bake. We're doing good for baking. I'm not doing, I feel like I haven't done like last week. I think I did a ton of variety. I'm just not making a ton because if it doesn't get eaten, it's kind of pointless to make it, right? I don't mind freezing some things, like the muffins are frozen, those will stay in the freezer. The cookies, these will go in the freezer. Just about what you're making here. Okay, look at that, perfect. Okay, let's get out. I'm sure our cookies are ready. We can slice them. Oh, actually, this right here is my soup. I know it's a baking day, but we're gonna do food too. So I just basically have everything here. I'm just gonna kind of take the chicken chunks, see if I can kind of crush them a little bit because they're kind of big. Let's see. I just put red pepper flakes in here so we can kind of spice it up. If you're not feeling good, you need that kick of soup. I should have crushed them before. Now it's going to be like try to find it in the soup. Got a little bit of noodles left out of this one. I just looked out the window. Can you see the steam on the window? And I was like, oh my goodness, is it snowing outside? No, it's not snowing. It's just cold, but it did stop rain, so I'm thankful for that. Okay, so soup is gonna come to a boil. I'm sure our cookies are ready. Let's get those out. The cookies feel chilled, but not like frozen. We'll just see. I'm just gonna cut them. I think, don't they? I think they cook them on parchment paper. Let's do that. I don't mind doing it on the cookie sheet, but I feel like this is the new way. Probably helps them from sticking all those goodies. We're gonna set this on top here. We'll cut them, stick them down, see what happens. Okay, I still had to form them into a circle. Not a big deal. What would I do different? I'm already seeing that I probably should have did a longer one and a little bit skinnier and rolled it up more. Will those kind of close in together as I'm baking them? We'll see. So it's 350. Let's just see how this one does, and I'll put the other batch in. Chicken noodle soup. It's just a comfort soup. It looks delicious. Got that little kick to it. It'll be great for sore throats and feeling miserable. So this will be good. Cookies are in the oven. Doing great. One batch of cookies. Okay, so I was like looking through my other stuff to bake today, and I'm like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna stick with the cookies that I did today. It's one of those things where you don't want to just make to make for a video's sake, right? It's just gonna go to waste. If it's not gonna get eaten, I just don't want to waste. I don't want to waste it. So I'm just gonna keep filming what I'm doing today. I still have to make food. I have to do some running today. I'm gonna do stuff today. So I guess I'll turn it from a baking video specifically to like a little bit of life, right? Kind of like the day in the lives like I usually do on Mondays and Fridays. So we'll just do things a little bit different. Let me check these in the oven. Those look like a cinnamon roll. A couple more minutes in there. So let's make tonight for dinner. This is still baking. We're gonna do hamburger buns. So into my machine, I'm gonna put 1 cup plus 2 tablespoons of tap water in there. And we're gonna put 2 tablespoons of yeast. And then I'm gonna add a 1/3 cup of oil. And a 1/4 cup of sugar. Let that sit for a few minutes in here. Put my stuff away here. Okay, look at they look like little cinnamon rolls. I don't mind them kind of separated a little bit. Not bad. I'm gonna just let these cool, and then I'll do the next batch here. I was gonna let them cool on the cookie sheet, but I didn't want to waste any more paper. The parchment paper, like I feel like I use it for a lot of things. I just don't want to waste it. So I just took those off. Let me get the other one out of the refrigerator. Let's cut this and put on the cookie sheet. And then you add in 1 egg and a teaspoon of salt and just mix that up. Okay, I'm gonna add in 3½ cups of flour in here, let it mix up, and then it'll make its dough. This is the one that I let rise. Don't let it rise. As soon as it's mixed up, we're gonna make it into the little, I'm gonna roll it out into little buns, and then we'll get it baked. Okay, doing really good. Kids are doing their thing. I said today is their day that we take this day off for school because, well, the prairie's coming up. So we are the day that I just usually get a lot of filming done, and so that way they can work on their own stuff, but we don't do our group stuff this day. So I got 1 pizza in the oven somebody wanted, and then dishes are filling up here. We took our trash out. We did all of that kind of stuff, and they're just doing their individual chores and had slushie this morning. And what I'm gonna do is make these hamburger buns because the oven's on. I just threw in, somebody wanted a pizza, so I got a pizza in there for them. The hamburger buns, you don't even let them rise. You literally just do it. Did I roll it onto a, I'm thinking, did I roll it out or did I cut them out? Like, I think I rolled them and cut them in circles, didn't I? No, I'm just trying to think how I did this. I think it was more like a bun where you can shape it. Balls, that's what I did. I was just trying to think, how did I do this last time? Seems like sometimes. So I'm gonna get all this out. I'm gonna make a bunch, put it on a cookie sheet, and put it in the oven at 400 for, I think it's only about, it says 10 minutes, that's not bad. Okay, let's do that. Okay, we're trying to experiment. Someone told me, they're like, oh, my dog likes watching TV and see Maxine on there. And I'm like, Maxine doesn't even watch TV. But the one day she did, and so I told Maddie, I said, what if we put like a dog show on? Would she watch it? So there was one with dogs like running around, and she kind of like just kept jumping like it was behind the screen or something. But right now we put on birds, and she's staring at the TV. So I said, we do get birds in our yard. I said, but it would be interesting if like a lizard ran across the screen right now or a squirrel. So we're seeing like, does she watch this? Is this good for dogs? Like, I would think that would give them anxiety. Personally, because she's not barking, she's like entertained. It's like putting your kid in front of a VR, right? As a puppy, but she's like she's an older teen. I think we decided her age. She's gonna be 6 on, or no, wait, hold on. Her birthday's Saturday, 2018 we got her. Oh, look at you. Hey, Maxine, she's gonna be 7 this year. How's your debut? Did you like the birds on screen? She's like, I'm boring of them, Mom. Oh. So I just wondered, like, will she like it? I need to see where the squirrel is, Maddie. Like, if a squirrel jumped on there right now, I feel like she would just bark, 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 but I could be totally wrong, so.
We're not waiting for her to bark.
No, we're not. We just want
to. She needs to just sit down and relax.
Well, like, she can't get outside today. There's nothing to do because it's just like inside, so we're playing with her in here, but I'm like, I wonder if we just put TV on, would she watch? So I don't know. It's probably like letting your baby watch TV, right? Not good. Oh, she's like, maybe I'm chasing my tail. Maybe the birds are doing it. Okay. I need to fast forward and see if there's a squirrel. Okay, I see it. Look at, there's a squirrel coming. Let's see. I'm just curious to see what
What is that?
Oh. What's that? Let's see. Oh, see, she knows. That's right. You know those are squirrels. Okay, so see, she does.
Relax.
But she's like, wait a minute, they're supposed to be out the window. Okay, maybe it'll make it. I'm just curious to see how she does. She's like, Mom, there's squirrels in the TV, like they're supposed to be outside. Okay, back to doing my dough. Now I've got mine, I got my fan going because my pizza, there was a tiny hole in it and a lot of the cheese just went down to the bottom of the oven and made it burn over. So got the fan so it doesn't smoke in here. I'm kind of flattening mine because I want them wide. These make like a nice tall bun, but I'd like to make them a little bit wider since I'm only making 8, enough for all of us to have a sandwich. But this way, if they're wider, then they can have more space to put the sloppy Joe meat. So this is good. Put it in the oven. Do we let it rest? Let me see. I don't think we let it rest, do we? Okay, I did look up the recipe, and this one in particular did not rise at all. It did rise for like 10 minutes. So I'm just gonna let it rise up a little bit. I'm laughing. I'm literally looking at Maxine. She's sitting at attention over here. Let me show you. She's sitting on Autumn to stay warm, of course, because it's freezing, and she's literally watching TV. So how funny. Maybe we found something that's calming for her to watch. It's the birds. She is. She's literally sitting here, and then now she's looking around. Maxine, do you see the birds up there? Maxine's on the TV show. Now the kids are gonna come down there and be like, Mom, can't we watch TV? And I'd be like, no, dog is watching TV. It's so fun. So maybe it is very calming. She was shaking at first, but she's calm. Do you think she likes it? So maybe like we never put anything on when we leave or do anything like that. Oh, there's people walking by that got like winter jackets on and hats. Oh, frozen. But we never put anything on. But maybe, I mean, we're not usually all together gone at the same time, but look at that. She's found a peaceful, calming thing. Oh, it makes you love it. She's like, maybe. That's so funny. So let's finish up because I'm trying to get all my food done, and then the child that has the kitchen will come put all the dishes away. So I'm gonna finish up these cinnamon roll cookies. I just took a tiny little bite of it. Very yummy. So what I'm gonna do is, it's gonna be powdered sugar, a little bit of vanilla and milk. Just mix it together, and then you're just gonna kind of drizzle it across the cookie. I think these are a winner. So let me mix that up right now. Okay, these look like little, I just washed my hands, cinnamon rolls. I think they're gonna be very good. I'm gonna try one. It tastes like a cinnamon roll if a cinnamon roll had to be a cookie. Those are good, so very cute. I put them on here so they could drip underneath and not have a big mess on the counter. So delicious. Okay, the buns I'm gonna put in the oven for about 10 minutes. Is it 10 minutes? I think it's just 10 minutes. And let them bake, and then we'll have the hamburger buns done. I won't have to do any more in the oven today, and then I just have to mix up my meat mixture for the sloppy joes, which will be too bad. I can do that. I've got my meat already cooked. It's just frozen, so I put it in the refrigerator, put it in a pot, and we'll just kind of heat that up real quick, and then put all the stuff into the spices, put it on top, tater tots. It'll be easy meal day for me. So not bad for a cold Florida day. Okay, so I took a little break. I was in a phone call and got to take some time to, it's good to take a break and kind of just get encouraged and just be able to share and talk with the ones you love. That's a beautiful thing. And so I'm gonna start dinner. I'm gonna be heading out here in a little bit to drop some of the kids off to an event. And so I thought, well, I'll make the meat for the sloppy joe. It'll be very simple, but I don't have to do anything this afternoon because this afternoon I'd really like to work on filming some of my Bible for the weekends and get that done. And so I'm thinking I will do that. I got Maxine, we went outside, it wasn't raining. I'm debating to like go for a walk, but it's really chilly. So maybe we'll see if later we end up going. We still have her birds and squirrels on the screen here. I Googled, I said, I wonder if there's anyone for like lizards. And so there was one for like, it said for cats. And so the lizards just run back and forth. That probably would drive Maxine crazy, I would think. It'd be like giant lizard world. So, but she sat there and just watched the screen. So who would have known? She was very relaxed and they even fell asleep. So this is hamburger. And it is, it's like frozen. So I'm going to, my buns, I didn't show you my buns today. Those are done. All different sizes, small and medium and large. They work out. They'll be yummy for sloppy joes. Tonight, I put all my cookies away. So we're just gonna let this kind of heat up, separate. I don't have everything like you're supposed to have green pepper. Don't have any of that. And that's quite all right. We're gonna do with what we have. Make it, it'll be delicious. This is good. Meat is almost getting like it's frozen solid. So I still got a little chunk in there. Wait for that. It does have some onions and peppers in the meat. So I'm like, that's good. I'll just use some dried ingredients in there to make our sloppy joe mix. All right, so I'm heating up some sauerkraut and kielbasa for myself for lunch today. This is easy. Onion and green pepper. I've already got some in there. I'm just gonna put a little bit of more in there. And then I've got garlic. We're gonna add that. And then it's 1.5 cups of ketchup. A lot of ketchup, huh? brown sugar. I didn't get that out. And then you need chili in there. And mustard and water and salt and pepper. So this will be perfect. It's heated up. I don't have to worry about it till later. That's what I wanted to do because I want to be able to drop the kids off here in a little bit and then come back and work on filming and editing, and then I'll take out my afternoon, which will be nice. Dinner will be heat this up, get the tater tots in the oven. Easy day for our baking Wednesday. We did bake some stuff, so that's the good thing. We did something. The original thought was, it's cold, let's go snuggle up on the couch and do nothing today. So at least we got something. The little cinnamon cookies are good. The kids kind of voted. Some thought they would be better if they were softer. Some like them the way they're crispy, so I guess it just depends on their preference. So not a bad day at all. Okay, this is perfect. Sloppy Joe's, easy and homemade. So I'm gonna take a break from filming right now. I'm gonna eat. I've got a plate of sauerkraut and kielbasa here, delicious. Eat that and then run the kids to their event, to their classes, and then I'll be back home and we'll do some more today. Okay, so I just got back. I took Maxine with me and we dropped the kids off. So now the house is quiet. It's quiet, like listen. There's no noises, just the wind chimes outside. So I'm gonna take some time right now and get my filming done that I usually post on the weekend. Usually try to do it either the early morning or sometime during the week when I get a chance. So today is that day, so I'll see you in a little bit. All right, I just let Maxine up for a second. She barked to go out and I let her out. And I was thinking, should I go out there with her? I'm like, she was literally did her business and ran back in the house. It is freezing. It is so cold. It is still 47 degrees right now, which is very cold for Florida. Definitely a lot colder, I feel, than like normal 47 degrees. So I was just upstairs working in my office and I'm like cold. I'm like, it's chilly. Brooklyn just got home from work. She's like, I feel like snuggling in the couch with like a warm cup of hot cocoa. I'm like, I agree wholeheartedly. So I think that I'm gonna get dinner finished up here. The sloppy Joe, the mixture is done. I'm just turning it on to heat it up. I'm gonna put tater tots on a cookie sheet and we're gonna eat those for dinner tonight. So I'm gonna call it a day. It has been a great day. I feel like even though I didn't do a ton of baking, I still did fun things. Those cookies, those Nieman Marcus cookies are just very, very good. I went back and grabbed a couple. I'm like, ooh, that tastes really good. And then little cinnamon roll ones, very cute and something different. I feel like they would be good for like a little tea party or even just putting out when you have a party, because it's like, who makes cinnamon roll cookies? Like nobody. It's just something different you can make. So very good. My rolls will be yummy. They're back there eating the slushies today. It was my ice machine. They're eating the slushies today. We've got some sloppy Joe for dinner tonight with tater tots. It's a great day all around. So I hope you enjoyed today's video and spending the day with me, getting some things done, making some treats. I'm gonna go finish editing, go sit on my couch with a warm blanket and watch TV. Watch TV tonight with my kiddos. I don't know, watch a movie. Usually we just put on Little House on the Prairie. That's like our go-to TV show. Something simple, just to stay warm. So tomorrow will be a new day. So you have a fantastic rest of your day and I'll see you tomorrow. All right, bye.